Hello, my name is Giovanni Figueroa, and this is my TFC network segmentation assignment done for class NOS 355. So the purpose of this presentation is to present the network segmentation plan for the TFC and explaining to them why their current architect creates operational and security risk, and also explaining to them how the redesign structure improves their security, their reliability, and their access to their own company's resources across all of their restaurant locations. And that's what I plan to show. But before I move on to the next slide, if you're confused on what segmentation means, basically it just means that we're separating the network into different security zones, so everything isn't lumped or put in together. It's common IT practice to not always put all your eggs in one basket. So based on my analysis and my read, the TFC uses a hub and spoke network, basically meaning that one of their main locations, the hub, holds all their important systems and services, while other location be considered the spoke, connect to it to be able to connect to the fulfillment center or hub resources. In the case of TFC, the fulfillment center being the hub hosts all of their services and resources and critical systems. This includes the restaurant management system, their email, financials, and even their e-commerce website and database. The spoke in this case is going to be their 5 restaurants, each of them being each location connects to the fulfillment center using a point-to-point VPN, which is an encrypted tunnel, and the restaurant NAT firewall. The NAT firewall, which stands for Network Address Translation, basically lets a private system go out to the internet safely and hiding their IPs while filtering traffic. So why is the current TFC structure a problem? And to put a long story short, it basically relies heavily on an overloaded fulfillment center. It lacks any form of segmentation outside of what we currently have, and a lack of redundancy. Basically meaning that if something goes wrong with the current server, does it have a backup? So the main problem with the current network structure is the fact that the fulfillment center hosts a single physical server, and again, it is responsible for running nearly every critical business service and systems. And again, this includes the restaurant's website, their application, company database, their emails, financial system, internal application. It's all in one server, all in one main hub. Putting all these workloads on one server creates several major issues. First, multiple heavy services on a single machine leads to performance bottleneck, which is basically when a system is overloaded, which results in slowdowns and resource contention. And as demand increases, the servers struggle to keep up. It will cause delayed and outage across possibly the entire company. The second and the most important is the lack of redundancy. Again, basically mean that if something goes wrong, do we have a backup for that? With everything running on a single server, any failure brings the entire business to a stop. Restaurants will lose access to a company system. Online ordering goes offline. Internal operation basically halts. And any financial tools become unavailable. And so one hardware failure or cybersecurity incident can shut down all the restaurants or location. And not only that, but say we have a malicious actor, and they're able to get into our systems, hacking or borrowing the owner's credential. They basically have access to everything because it's right here in one system. So this is my proposed network segmentation recommendation. As you can see from the diagram on the left, you got your 5 restaurants. All each are connected to the internet by their internet service provider. And the purpose of this recommendation, or what I recommend, is the fulfillment center, or relieving some of the burden the fulfillment center has, you know, used to have. So instead, the fulfillment center will now act as a secure gateway, filtering any restaurant traffic, controlling the admin access through the bastion host, and to send only approved traffic to the cloud. And the new feature I would like to implement will be the cloud environment, which will now host the website, the apps, and the database in a multi-tier DMZ, which will be separated by a firewall, and each one of them will be of stronger isolation, scalability, and redundancy. And how this fixes the old problem: removes a single point of failure by moving the web, app, and database into resilient cloud tiers, proper segmentation to isolate public system from sensitive data, placing the website in the cloud DMZ instead of inside the internal network, a bastion host for secure logged admin access, strengthen restaurant security to VPN only access and isolation, and again to reduce bottlenecks at the fulfillment center by offloading heavy loads to the cloud. So why did I suggest these changes? To put it simply, the TFC's old system basically had everything on one server with no isolation. With the cloud, it will separate the web, app, and database to proper tiers with multi-tier DMZ, and to eliminate any single point of failure. Segmentation requirements do change as we added a bastion host to the fulfillment center, multi-tier DMZ in the cloud environment, and with proper implementation with web, app, and database separation. And depending on what cloud application we decide to use, it will help us implement these correctly. And that will be my conclusion and summarize that the old TFC network was simply insecure, flat, and had a single point of failure. My recommendation is to be more cloud-based. Segmented architecture will fix these issues. Cloud migration enables proper web, app, and database separation with the help of multi-tier DMZ. Segmentation requirements change to include a bastion host and VPN isolation. And the new design improves security, redundancy, and performance across all locations. And any questions and comments? If not, well, thank you.